Good evening, ladies and gents. It's Wednesday night, and you know what that means. It's Speak Your Mind. And got a nice show lined up. But we always have a nice show lined up, especially when Johnny's back. Johnny's my guy, man. We have fun. Um, he's a good friend, but also we do a lot of business together. So um, when you got a somebody who's a friend, like a real friend, not them kind of fake friends that are a friend one moment and then switch you and you that kind of stuff. Not them kind of friends. When you got a real friend like I do and Johnny Lang, it's a lot of pardon me, I'm trying to still set the show up. It's a lot of awesome things that take place. And again, we're doing a lot of business stuff as far as filming. Okay, you guys know about that. But we're doing other things too behind the scenes, setting up shows, fundraisers, things of that nature, things that you all can help out with if you're interested in supporting what we do. Okay, so just putting that out there because you'll keep hearing us mention these things over and over as the year progresses. We're in summertime now, but we keep it jamming summer, year round, fall through spring through winter and all that good stuff. So, or is it the other way around? Something like that. You know what I'm saying? But we keep it jamming, and we just want people to participate and understand that these are public events. Okay, things where anybody can be a part of it. Um, and most of it's just fun. Most of it's just having a good time and spending time amongst each other and trying to raise money for good causes and things of that nature. But since I got things a little bit lined up here, you all know how I like to do the show. So let's go ahead and kick it off. And the show begins now. Tell you what, I like that intro. Big shouts out to JR, Jay Roberts over in the UK for all the awesome graphics and designs and you name it, posters. I mean, he does it all. He keeps us looking good, and there's still so much more to come. But like I was saying in the intro, there we do a lot of stuff. We got lots of things still planned. We've been very busy. I think everybody has been after the Baltimore bomb premiere. It just seems like the phone lines haven't stopped ringing, and we like it that way. So I don't know. You start at the top all the way to the bottom. It seems like people are reaching out to us and trying to help us achieve our goals and things of that nature. But without further ado, because I do have another special guest waiting uh, on the sitting the bench over there. He's kind of stepping up. He's trying to like shoot past even old Johnny Lang. Johnny ain't gonna like that I said that. Matter of fact, let me go ahead and bring on Johnny. What's up, John? What's up, John? How you doing, babe? Oh, I got you muted. Hold on, hold on. There you go. My
Oh,
bad.
hey, a
What's up?
couple things. First of all, that intro into the show is tight. Uh, and I love the end, and you just feel nice and smooth, and you got the American flag and speak your mind. Beautiful. And number two, Derek. Okay. Bobby is my godfather. So his success is very important to me. And he's doing some big things. I mean, he's doing some big things. And here shortly, we're going to have to schedule with his agent even to get him in here. You know what I mean? But man, he's an amazing dude. And he's got a heck of a sense of humor. And we're finding out something that we didn't know about Bobby, and that is he can act. And now that's something that of course I've known him my whole life. I mean, he's my godfather. He was there when I was baptized, and he's known me my whole life. And nobody ever would ever think that that would be something he would be interested in, much less pretty damn good at.
Yeah, I mean, are we ready to give that up though? Like, I mean, are we ready to say that Bobby Robert Heisler Jr. is really that good at acting right now? I mean, like, he came on as Bobby Carbos. He's got nicknames and everything. He fooled me. You didn't even tell me.
He's honing his craft. Right now, what he's doing is every time he auditions, every time he puts a wig on, God bless you, every time he sends an audition in, man, what he's doing, he's honing his craft. And he's getting better and better and better and getting better offers and better parts, or better roles rather. And that's I mean, if that's what you want to be, he's doing it. He's making it happen, and he's getting the roles too. And I can't wait to see what he gets. Me, I'm just working with you guys. I'm not out here auditioning or anything like that. I'm just glad if I'm just glad if somebody writes a script and this group says, "Hey, Johnny, you're in the movie." I'm like, "All right, I'm back."
So you kind of stole my thunder a little bit because you kind of answered the question, or started to answer the question that I was going to ask you, but I'm going to ask it anyway.
Okay.
So you think that right now Bobby is a better actor than you are? Do you think that he can pull off a role much better, or if not just as good as you when he came into the game after you?
I do. Well, here's the thing. Here's the thing. He is taking it to the next level. He is putting himself out there. I mean, he's the kind of guy that'll do an audition for himself and then send it then put it out on social media for us all to see. And he's not afraid to audition for any part that strikes his fancy. And that's and that to me is impressive, to put yourself out there like that. And not only that, every time I see him, he's getting better and better and better and better, and he's going to get better. And this is a guy that started acting in his 60s. and I mean, let's be honest. Let's look at a bunch of guys that we know. That just blew my mind. As we got a chance to film the Baltimore Bomb movie, these guys are all first timers mostly.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? It's like and gals, and let me
yeah.
But they killed it. We had one of the greatest casts of all time. If this were a movie that went to cinemas, we got Oscar winners on this sucker.
Yeah, everybody did unexpectedly phenomenal jobs, and I'm just being honest. We cannot
unexpectedly because they're all for
Yep.
Probably 90
people we know. Hey, we got a role. We think you.
Oh, sure, I'm in. Hey, how you doing? I'm in. And the ones that actually showed up were in the movie.
It's crazy.
Well, when everybody knows Troy Brody, King of Baltimore, we connected because of TikTok. And I said, well, we're shooting, come on over. He's expecting to come over there and be moving shit or holding the camera, holding the light, or whatever. And Jimmy's like, no, you have a part in this thing. You actually have a part in this movie. You're like, oh, so that's how it happened.
Yeah, and
Well,
he
hell, that's
mentioned
how
that. You're right. What happened with Troy? How he ended up in the Baltimore Bomb?
and a lot of guys.
He's told that story even on his show. So yeah, you're
Joe
right.
Joe Pooler. Let's look at Joe. He had several scenes and did a phenomenal job. The man has never acted. Amazing. Miko, our boy, B Game. I mean, amazing.
Yeah.
It's just like these guys. Coach had Coach and Chris both had 2 roles. So Coach was Detective Ducky Marks, but he also was Thug Number 2.
That was cool. I don't know if anybody caught that. That would be a nice trivia question down the road.
Yeah, and Chris Hall played 2 roles.
The same thing. Yeah. He was disguised better because he had a. Well, I don't. That's a trivia question too. I don't even want to tell who he was either.
Well, I mean, I think just because you don't see him again, that it might be obvious who he is again.
Yeah, sorry. Comments are coming in. My fault, GJ.
Hey, GJ, what's up, man?
GJ's in. So look, before we carry on, I just want to let everybody know. Said putting people to work. That's what GJ said. Before we go on, we got a great show lined up. Got some treats for you. We're going to show you the Baltimore Bomb trailer, just in case you missed it. Obviously, the free link is out there. If you want to watch the whole movie, that's accessible as well. But we are going to show the trailer again live on this show, just because we can. We're gonna show you the night shift trailer live on the show as well.
Very excited about that.
We're excited about that. I still have the script, which is behind me, and yes, I haven't delved in it as deep as I'd like. And it's Johnny's script, and I'm pretty sure that he wants his back. But
look, when we start talking about night shift, we're gonna disclose. Yeah, that is. We're gonna disclose some exciting news. Even though it's only a possibility, I'm still very excited. You know what I mean? Yeah. Yeah, man, we have a lot of exciting things coming up. Ideas flowing like crazy. Speaking of GJ, he's been coming at me with ideas, and I'm telling you a couple of these things. If you hold Johnny's hand,
he can still talk.
You know what? One thing I'll say is this: I know GJ has been drinking a bunch of margaritas.
Oh yeah, okay.
So I'm gonna move mine so we can get this lovely.
You say GJ's been drinking a lot of margaritas? He a little tipsy watching the show right now, huh?
That he went down to. I'm trying to get my wife to get herself in the picture here, but he and his wife, Kenny, hi Ken, and Jackie, hi Jackie, hi Tanya. They all went to Ocean City for a little trip, so they're having fun. Obviously, GJ is drunk as hell because that's why he's running his jib like he is.
Yeah, especially since he's talking about Joe Puller's the best
actor. Joe Puller, best. Hey, I can't disagree. Joe Puller, best actor.
Well, hold up, I was in this movie too, acting, man. Do I get any kind of credit? See, that's why I said
did amazing.
Nah, man, I should have. You
did amazing.
I'm waiting for the second part, man.
You're a seasoned actor. Hey,
I'm showcasing a little bit.
Hey, Darren. I said you did amazing. Miss Patty is sitting over here. She goes,
see what I mean? It's because I didn't have enough lines.
You did amazing. But I mean, Jimmy's already anointed Joe best actor. So what do you want me to say?
But yeah, can it be up for a vote? Why does he get to be the end all, say all,
If
end
it's up
all,
for
be
a
all?
vote, then I'll be taking the trophy home. I don't know what else
See,
there is
there,
to say.
there's the Johnny Lang I know.
Oh shit! You know what?
I
Miss
knew it was
Patty
only
made a
a
good
matter of
point.
time.
Miss Patty made a good point because Lamont killed it,
Yeah,
and when I said my own wife sitting right here staring at me, and I said I'd be taking the trophy home. She goes, "Well, where's Lamont at?" So, and he killed it, and
yeah,
that's the
he did a
thing.
great job.
Every one
Lamont
of these people.
character, ace. He's definitely in my top three. Right along with you. And Joe did do a phenomenal job. Not even going to kid you. That's a good pick for GJ. I'm not going to lie. I think he might not win, but I think if enough over an overall consensus might pick a different majority candidate. But hey, throw him in the pot, see what happens. A lot of people
Oh,
would just pick your crazy ass. Hey,
I mean,
look,
I
look.
mean, here's the thing that impresses me so much about Lamont and his performance is because I felt like, and he's a good friend of mine. I love him to death. But that's one of them ones where you kind of almost had to pull some teeth to get him involved. And then
You like
once you
how I just
did,
snuck
he
Bobby on.
killed it.
Look, Bobby doesn't even know he's on,
Hi,
Johnny.
Bob.
Hey,
Yeah,
nah, I didn't know I was on. Hold on.
look, you're an
I'm
actor.
glad. I'm
You're,
glad his
you're,
pants were up.
you're an
Pants.
actor.
I don't have no pants on, man.
You got to be ready at all times. You got
I
to be
got
ready at
I
all
got a
times.
pair I got a pair of Depends on down here.
You can't just sit back there like, oh, there goes Derek and Johnny running their mouths again. How
Hey,
long is this going to last before they bring me on the
At
show?
least he got a couple compliments.
this is the first time I've been on here live. I'm usually typing in comments, helping you guys out.
Yeah, that's
Well,
true.
now that you're on the show, Bob, we're probably not going to get any comments tonight.
Probably not, because I'm the only one that comments.
Love you, Jimmy. GJ. Well, you know what? We've had a bunch from GJ. He's down there drinking margaritas. So
Where is he at right now? Is he still
they're
down?
down in Ocean City.
Oh, that's right. What you said. Okay.
Yeah.
That's
Well, thanks for having me, by the way. I appreciate being on.
absolutely. But can you speak a little bit on your experience with the Baltimore bomb? No, I mean, feel as
Well,
though Baltimore bomb project landed in your young career. Was it at a time where you had a lot of confidence, or
well,
was it more
there. I've said this to you guys before. I was sitting on my sofa exactly in the same spot I'm sitting right now. I just had surgery in the end of September, a major surgery, and I'm thinking, what the heck am I going to do with the rest of my life? And you and JL were on your show, and I typed in a comment and I said, if you need an old beat up cop, just let me know. And that's basically how I got started. I had no desire to do this at all. I mean, you guys kind of sparked it, and I wasn't really sure what I was getting into, especially with JL. And I know things can go off the rails real quick, but I knew it would be fun. No matter what happened, I knew it would be fun. But fun and video don't go together with JL because sometimes you don't want any evidence of what happened.
Right. Well, that's true.
yeah,
But
I generally,
you know what? I always wondered about all the filming that we did so far with the Baltimore bomb. Jay Roberts. Where's our blooper reel? There's got to be some in there.
yeah, absolutely.
But
Well, but
Bob,
the glory dates is my blooper reel. That will always be my blooper reel, thanks to Derek. I mean, that's
yeah.
I'll be in the grave for 50 years. My great grandkids will probably be playing it on some kind of format.
Yeah.
that was a shocker. So let me ask you a question, Bob. You posted something on social media earlier, and I want to know what it's about.
What was
And
it
I know
about?
I don't know. You tell me. You're talking about a part that you're auditioning for. What is it?
Well, I can't say that, but I had an opportunity to do something a little bit bigger than normal, and I don't want to jinx it at all.
Right.
But you can see the change of look. I mean, I went back to the chief, so I'll give you a clue. I'm going back to a law enforcement type role. That's all I can tell you. And
Okay.
hopefully it'll be something mainstream, a little bit bigger production, but
Something juicy.
yeah, it'll be something worth talking about later. You know.
So
All
this
right.
this is you right here. The chief is back, huh?
Look how
Hello,
ripped. Hey,
hello
Derek, look
world.
how ripped Bobby is in that picture.
I
Well,
know
that's
what.
just my head. I had to cut and paste that on another bod.
So how's the old bones feeling these days there?
Well, I'll tell you something.
Mr. Isaac?
I went to the doctor yesterday, and something he almost never sees. I actually broke a screw in my spine where they put screws in. He goes, I hardly ever see that, but somehow you broke a titanium screw. So I'm pretty sure that it was when JL like bitch slapped me on the last scene. I felt something
No.
pop, and I'll be talking to my attorney later.
Jimmy's the CEO. Talk to him.
There ain't no squeezing in this, brother. The father's sons, it would have to be father, son's godfather. That's the only way I get anything out of it.
All jokes aside, man, you're looking pretty good. You're looking pretty good, man. I mean, you can see you. It's like you've been rejuvenated.
Derek,
Yes,
he
sir.
doesn't. He doesn't go that way. He's married. Okay, so keep that in mind.
Hey, look, I'm just calling how
Can
I
I
see
say
it.
that anymore? Am I going to be? I might be.
My wife's right here. You want to ask her? I don't know.
Yeah. Can she speak on matters? I mean, how's she feeling? Is this a new? Is this
Hold
a
on.
new?
Don't give her her first on screen appearance. All right, see you. I got wives and kids. There she is.
Hey, hi.
Hi,
How you
Carol
doing?
Ann. Hi.
How are you?
Welcome on the show. Welcome
Hey,
to the
Carol Ann.
City
Question that Derek and I were curious. How do you feel about? I mean, and I didn't even get a chance to. And we saw you recently at the premiere and everything. But I really didn't get a chance to ask you. How do you feel about this? I mean, you guys have been together for 73 years,
Yeah,
and
really.
and Bobby's been a police officer for 70 of those 73. So now he's an actor that's getting a lot of roles. How do you feel? What are your feelings about it?
I'm all right with them, just as long as you don't have to kiss anybody or do anything else.
Well, let me ask you this question:
For
What
now.
if it were?
For
What if
now.
it were a role where he had to kiss a man? Would that be okay?
Yeah, if you have to kiss
What? Oh
That's
my
weird.
goodness.
Well, you know what?
Yeah,
Let me start writing this story right now.
yeah, if you have to kiss a man, that's all right.
So can I ask a question? I have a question too, and
Anybody?
my
Think
question.
about it, grandkids.
Oh,
Yeah.
put them on the screen
Bye
too.
bye.
Everybody, hi. My question is, it's Carolyn, right?
Carolyn, yeah.
Carol Ann.
Carol Ann. Am
Yeah,
I saying?
Carolyn, man.
So my question to your better half is,
She already left.
oh, she left already? Well, look,
The
ask her,
grandbaby's
her
gone.
for
I'm
me.
sorry.
Is she enjoying when you leave and have to go travel all over the place, or she's carrying it more like she misses you when you're gone?
Well,
It's like,
uh,
oh, how long
I'll
you
tell
gonna
you,
be?
Derek. I've never been home. I mean, I've always worked those kind of jobs. For the last 16 years, I went out for hurricanes, so
Right.
I was out almost all year just chasing people down, doing evacuations and stuff. So she's used to me being direct deposit.
I like how
Well, you
you.
know what? It's going to be an easy transition from law enforcement to acting because basically the same schedule.
Yeah. Well, I'll tell you, John. I don't know if
Unpredictable.
you probably don't realize this, but I've been retired from the state police for 22 years.
Holy crap!
So, I mean, it's all in there somewhere, but for the last 17 years, I worked for the feds doing hurricane stuff. So, I mean, I've been out of law enforcement since the year 2000.
Wow.
And
Yeah. It just
I'm
seems like that you're all, you've always been a cop, so.
yeah, well, once you're a cop, you're always a cop. Yeah.
What do we got here?
I'm stalking Bobby's Facebook page here. Like
Talking Bobby's page.
he looks a little different, like in almost every picture. Have you noticed? Like look at him now live versus this
Yeah.
picture here. Like that's almost not even the
That's
same
a
guy.
good thing that's a good thing when you're trying to get different, expand your repertoire as an actor, so.
Well, I'll tell you a funny story. I just had a casting director sent me an email asking for a current photo. And I said, all the photos I gave you were within the last 5 months. And she's like, there's no way.
Right.
Well,
Well, that's a good thing.
Exactly my
But, yeah.
point.
There's
You
two
got to
things
be
I
a
do well.
chameleon.
Yeah, there's two things I do well. I can talk and grow hair. So
Talk and grow hair.
The only picture I had an issue with because I couldn't figure out what the heck you were doing in this picture was taken only a day ago. Hence your point of how you can change so
Right.
much. Tell me what the heck was going on here with your mouth gesture. Did you have something like stuck in your gums or something there?
I was
what
actually that
what
picture is taken. That picture was taken in between doctors coming in at the doctor's office. So this is probably
Oh,
this is like 2 minutes after the guy tells me there's a bolt broke in my head. And I was like, I'm gonna take a picture just in case they decide to put me on a stretcher and roll me back out of here.
I'm like, what are you doing? Your best nerd impersonation
Yeah,
here?
I was
Hey,
like kind of perplexed. Like, is this guy gonna cut me open again or what?
so you had
So
a
what
lot
are
on
they
your
gonna?
mind.
Hey Bob, what are they going to do about that broken screw? Going to fix it or just let it roll?
Right now they're gonna let it go, and I'm gonna start playing softball again Friday night. So we'll see what happens. I'm coming
Oh
out of
shit!
retirement.
Back.
So wait a minute. You just got out all these braces. What? No less than 6 months ago, and now you're about to start softball up.
Yeah, why not? Gotta do it.
Johnny won't even go
I'm
back
out.
out there and play.
Yeah.
Look, he
Well,
didn't even let me finish the statement.
I'm retired.
I
I'm retired.
I enjoy playing. I just enjoy playing. I play in the 50 and over league in Frederick. So if you ever need a good laugh, Friday evening, between 6:30 and 9:30, I'm out there making a fool of myself. So that's where I'll
I
be.
know that ain't true. You're ripping home runs. Hey, Derek.
Yes.
One thing that we were talking about earlier, and which I know as we move forward with the series, Bobby's going to be a big part of it,
Mhm.
and that's the night shift. The night shift movie that we're going to be filming shortly. Don't know exact dates. Obviously, we're waiting for the right locations, which is another exciting prospect that we have. I don't know, I had Scott Pappas on my show last week on Wednesday, and Scott is the president of the Fort Howard Community Association, and he has ties with Fort Howard Hospital and the grounds and all that kind of good stuff since they're connected, But what
Shouts out to Scott Pappas, by the way.
Scott and I actually really had a great conversation that night, and I invited him out. We had a drink or two, and then again, and all that kind of good stuff. So he has hooked us up with a meeting. I don't know what's going to become of the meeting. We got to go up to Fort Washington on Friday at 10 a.m.
Yes.
And these people at least wanted to give us a minute of their time to talk about our movie, of which Jay Roberts and Jimmy McKinney wrote together. But we have an opportunity to possibly get a portion of the old Veterans Hospital down at Fort Howard, that's what the meeting's about on Friday. I'm very excited about that. I don't know if anything's going to come of it, but at least we're going to be there and be able to present our script and present our ideas and what it's going to be all about. And they are, because they're going to be developing down there. The community's not really happy about that.
Mhm.
So this is an opportunity for them to show some good faith to the community, us being local, and also give us an unbelievable location. So excited about that, but I'm also excited about how the story's kind of developed, and then Bobby
and all the interest behind it.
Oh yeah. When we showed the teaser, do you have the teaser for that?
I do have the teaser, but I want to hit y'all with this real quick. So a lot of times we get little clips just for the audience out there. We get clips. We do color tests. Jay Roberts is our editor, and he sent me a color test.
I think Jay's all of our editors.
Yeah. Well, yeah, he kind of is all of our editors, which is exactly the way we want it. So
Yeah, absolutely.
But he sent us a color test. But look who happened, along with another familiar face, happened to be in this color test. Check it out.
Macy, get down here now. The school called me today. What happened? Oh, I know you hear me. It's him. I told that school not to call him. I don't need this shit right now. Hello? Yes, what's wrong? Where's Macy? Mason, what's wrong? What? You love me. Why? They're here.
We got a call for a well person checking your background.
Yeah, but I'm fine.
Yes, ma'am, we see. Do you have a daughter, Macy?
Yeah, she's upstairs in her room.
Do you mind if we go check on you?
I can take you to her.
No, ma'am. Need for you to stay here. You can direct us to it. Is there any guns in the home?
What? No. What's wrong?
Well, there you have it.
I've been
He's
trying
good.
to scooch her over here. She ain't biting. She's not biting.
Who's
You
that?
know.
Who, Linnea?
No, Miss Patty. She's sitting over here. I'm trying to get her to come over and say hi.
Come
but
on,
she's out.
Patty. Come on over and say hi.
No, she said no.
I didn't
She's-
know Miss Patty was camera shy.
She is. She is. Believe me. I've been trying to get her to do something, but she's not interested in that kind of stuff.
It's all good. See, we eat it up too much, and they look at us. Our spouses look at us like, "Why do you guys love the camera? Why do you love looking at yourself so much?" Here we have beautiful women around us.
Yeah.
You guys just love looking at yourself all day long.
Yeah.
But
Well-
it's a little more to it than that. Go ahead, you speak on it a little bit there, Bob. Why do you like it so much? I mean, you get a kick out of seeing yourself and hearing your
No.
voice.
Here's what I'm doing right now, and I don't know if you'll appreciate this now or you will in a few years. When my kids and my grandkids are thinking about me at some time in the future, this is always going to be out there. I got
Yeah.
2 little granddaughters, a new grandson, and they're just being born. The granddaughters are 1 year old. I got a 10-year-old step grandson, and they always could go back and say, that's what that's what my pop did when I was
It's-
born. It's
Forever out there.
you're
I
you're
agree.
part of history now. It's nothing about me. I could care less. If it's up to me, I just turn the light off and relax. But I'm making memories for them that they aren't even part of yet.
Yeah.
That's
completely
a
agree.
pretty exciting that's a pretty exciting thought to me, and I don't know if I'm ever going to have any grandchildren, but Jimmy, it's up to him, and not they don't seem like they're in a rush. But that being said, that proves Bobby's point even more. Me thinking of, that is something that future generations of our family, of other people in the world, are going to be able to, they're going to see, and they're going to, hopefully they'll be able to Wikipedia. Hopefully, Bob, will get famous enough that we get a Wikipedia page. So when they, go to Wikipedia, they can put our names in and be like,
I'm just happy that somebody in our family's finally not on the post office wall. We're actually somewhere else.
well, I'm not there now.
Okay. Yeah. I'm glad you got that taken care of.
Well, I
another
gotta
thing I
check
like-
go ahead. You're good, Bobby. I'm checking something out.
I was gonna say another thing I'd like to say, is that we get into this thing as individuals, but you don't stay an individual very long. I mean, it's not like you see Hollywood with Tom Cruise or somebody. We are all a family. There's so many people that I've met in the last 8, 10 months that I feel like I've known for 20 and 30 years, and I'd like to say I haven't had any bad experiences. I've come close a couple of times. I almost had one yesterday, but I think we all have good intentions. It's just the communication breakdown sometimes, and this time of year, you throw in politics and anything can happen. So, try to stay out of that if I can. Sometimes something that's just a benign comment gets taken the wrong way, and that's the bad thing about social media is the way you write something isn't always the way it's written and read, by somebody else. So, you know, there's just so many people out here right now that my job in my heart is to let them know if I can do this, you can do it. That's a bottom line. I got an
Yeah,
old beat
you're
up
great.
body. I got an old beat up body. I'm not sitting on the sofa. I'm getting out there doing it. I'm not giving up. I've talked to many people offline, because we have a lot of offline conversations.
Mhm.
And I always try to uplift people, give them inspiration, let them know they're not by themselves. I've had people call me 12 o'clock, 1 o'clock in the morning because they know I'm a night owl just to talk and say, hey, I'm really not feeling too hot today. You mind talking a few minutes? And if one person does that, which they have,
Mhm.
I did my job. I did my job. That's what this was all for. If you can just help one person, out of the darkness, and
I,
we
I
all have
value
dark moments.
I value that so much. I just want to just say that to you. What your statements right now, they're really profound. It's because you are starting at a different phase of your life into this industry. You weren't, you've lived that younger portion of your life where, you know, if you came in and you were a kid in the industry, or like a lot of young folk, you see what it's done to young folk. I mean, it's almost destroyed their lives. That they're millionaires and they still don't know how to live their lives because they started so young, and the whole world paid them mind, and they were the center of attraction. And it wasn't about the stuff that you're talking about.
Right.
So I appreciate hearing you say that, because you're leading by example, and you can help others, like you also said, by encouraging them the right way, to tell them what to look out for. You made a statement about now that you've been entangled in it, right? You can see how the drama starts, or things are taken out of context, or maybe somebody just wants to put you in the middle of some kind of disagreement or debate, or so you got to know how to maneuver through this industry, and it's not very easy, and you can get caught up rather quickly if you're not careful. So
Right.
I got that. You explained that quite
Yeah,
elaborate.
and if you don't know, I mean, not you guys, you know much more than I do, but just the new folks starting out, you can get caught up in this personality thing where it's all about
Yeah.
me, you
I'm the
know.
star.
Yeah, and it's
Johnny Lang. Oh, and did I
I
say that?
guarantee I guarantee you since we've started with the Baltimore Bomb, which is it was a big hit for all of us, you
I
know,
believe so.
and people will, now they're like, oh, Hollywood this, Hollywood, my wife all the time says, hey, Hollywood, take the trash out, it's like, you know. So it's not we're not aspiring to be that. Hey, Leah, there's the star, baby. There's the star.
He said,
Hi, hi, Leah. I
Hi,
hope
Leah.
I hope I'm around to see that star rise as high as
Right,
it'll
she's
go,
gonna be a
brother.
big star.
As high as it'll go.
give me
You
my hat.
definitely
Yeah.
got your look. Definitely got your looks from your mom.
Hey ho!
She came in to say hi. She just
Uh,
fell on her
that-
bike, and I didn't even know she was outside on her bike at
that's good.
9 o'clock. You weren't outside. Look,
Oh,
she's showing
ouch.
me.
Ouch.
Hey, you want to compare scars? I got something for you, baby.
She's got plenty of time for those scars. She's young.
Yeah.
She got 40 years more than that happened.
Yeah, absolutely. Don't get any you don't need. But
Sure.
I guess what I was alluding to, like I understand how the back, like I'm on backstage. I'm not going to say something good or bad about any particular format, but when you get on these venues, and there's many of them out there that you can get onto, Actors Access and Backstage, you can get caught into this net of popularity, and people start sharing likes and all this stuff. You know, if that's what you're about, you're in the wrong business. You're in the wrong business. I just think if you're in this business to win a popularity contest and try to get the number one, you're never getting the number one. You know, I see people I know that are really great, and they might get down to 50,000, which means there's 49,999 people ahead of you. You know, that's how the system works. I'm at 1 million. I'm happy to be at 1 million.
Yeah, a lot of
You know
people
what I
don't know
mean?
that. So let me explain something real quick because it's a misconception. I just found out. So for IMDb, I just want you all to know, and Bobby, this is kind of what Bobby's talking about. I think this is what you're talking about anyway, Bobby.
Right,
The lower your IMDb number,
right.
the better rating you have. So you want to be as low as you can possibly get. So you go on IMDb and you check and you see you got 6 million. Your number's 6 million. I used to think that, man, I'm up
Right.
there like 6 million people are
Right.
are checking me
You're
out.
not on the roll, I guess, if you had
No.
6 million.
If you have 6 million, you're struggling. The lower
You're
your
struggling.
number, the lower your number, the better. Because and it makes sense. Think about it. The closer to number one you can get is the best IMDb
Right.
star rating. So just saying.
Well,
But go ahead. Go ahead.
to me, you know, and Bobby, number one, that's just your personality. And what I mean is, look at your jobs, look at everything you've ever done. I'm talking about from everything from the beginning to the end. It's always been about helping people. That's what you've always been about. And that's just who you are. And no matter what you do, that's just what you're going to do. That's just what you do. You know what I mean?
I mean, there was one day I was out in the rain, and there was this poor guy. He told me he was a mayor from somewhere, and I gave him a jacket because he just looked like he needed one. You know, it's like, come here, Mr. Mayor. I knew he wasn't a mayor. Let me give you a jacket, keep you warm. You know, just who I am.
Right.
Yeah.
And no matter what job you do, that is going to be who you are. And that's why when you do what you're doing this, you're an actor now. That's your profession. You're an actor. And what you're going to do is you're going to lift people up and you're going to help people be better. And that's big, man. Especially, I mean, to me, I started this because my son and I were writing a story. But the reason we started writing it was, we were in Reversed Freedom, which Angel Williams, love her to death. I think she is amazing. Star City Motion Pictures, I love her. That's how I got this kind of bug, but it wasn't necessarily an acting bug. It was just I wanted to write a story, and so I did, but it wasn't the Baltimore Bomb. It was something else, and Jimmy was like, "Wait a minute, forget about that crap that you just told me. How about this?" And then that's when we started developing the Baltimore Bomb, which is, I wish he was here. I texted him, but it was something for us to do together. And so it was really a father and son thing. And then we actually were like, okay, well, he was like, we're going to film this thing. So then it became more. And another thing Bobby said earlier was about a family. The Baltimore Bomb cast became a family, and a bunch of them never even met each other. They never met each other until the premiere. They weren't in each other's scenes. But did you? And I know you guys were up on stage, like we're, at the Meyer Hall or something. But up by the DJ Rock Nice was up there. When that group of people got up there, and I looked at the pictures, and by the way, I have some more pictures out the post. That group of people looked like they belonged together.
Yes.
Do you know what I mean? It's like it didn't matter what role you had, or if you were just behind the scenes, and I think that to me told the whole story. And that's why it was so. I mean, I'm sorry. I think it was really good, and that's why it was so good, because you got a group of people that they liked the story. They got involved because they thought the project was going to be good, and then they started loving each other, and it was good, and it became good. Yes, hey Miko, you got it. Family,
Yeah.
and that's what it's all about, man. That's what made. Now I'm pumped. I'm pumped to do more. I'm pumped to do more with this group of people, and I know that there's going to be more people involved as well. But that just excites me even more. For this group that we have to be able to, indoctrinate more people into this group of people. And Bobby, your group has expanded even more.
Well, the thing with me is this is my group. You guys are, like family, like you said, but if I have two things going on at the same time, this group is going to take precedence over anything else I got going on. This is home. Everything else is work. This is home. And I think a lot of people feel that,
Yeah, and I think a lot of the cast feel. I know I feel that. It didn't matter if we were out in the rain, in 25 degrees, or wait a minute, between 29 and 38 degrees, there was some sleet, and of course we were. There was a lot of cold weather. It was a lot of cold weather filming, but with such a great group of people, it kind of made it fun, even though you were freezing. Even though you're freezing your ass off.
Yeah. And I think just right on cue, though, why don't we just run the trailer? I know we probably played it a million times, but you know what? I don't know. You guys tell me if you feel
I'm okay.
different.
I like to see it 1,000,001.
It never gets old, right?
I just like seeing Chris disappear.
Me too.
In cold weather, but we made it warm. He's right about
Yes, we
that.
did, brother.
Yes, we did.
We did.
Let's check it out. Why don't we? Here it is.
What about Jimmy? Came all the way down here to be with you, get to know you. You're not doing a thing for him, man. Is it really worth it?
Nobody knows more than you the sacrifices I've made. Two good-looking suckers right there, let me tell you. Me and Lamont. Goodbye, Chris.
A stop now. Everything I missed was nothing.
When enough gonna be enough?
When they're all dead. Where I am.
It's the best.
Together, we will.
Right there in the star of the movie. Derek Strom.
And God bless Baltimore City.
Well, there it was. Once
Killed
again.
it.
If you haven't seen it 100 times before, there it was once again.
I've seen it. We're about to watch it again. Let's go. Oh, so, okay. You know what the funny part about the first time, and I love that trailer.
It is good though. It is. Good.
I was on every shoot, even if I wasn't in the scene. I was on the shoot, and I don't question the way these behind the scenes guys think, but actually I do. So it's like what I mean is curiosity wise, I couldn't wait to see what the scenes looked like. Why did they want that angle? Why did they tell us to do certain things with the lighting, with the way so many things, and then Jay got a hold of it and made it amazing. And when I saw that, when he sent that to me, and he said before it went out, he sent it to I guess all of us, and I watched it and I was like, wow, okay, wow, that's I started to get it.
Thanks, Miko.
You know what I mean? And that was the most exciting. That was the most exciting thing for me. To see that. Kev, what's up, man?
Hey, Kevin. How you doing, brother?
What's up, Kevin?
And then the movie happened, and it happened again. People reacted the way we wanted them to react, and during certain scenes. And the one that comes to mind was when, at the end, when the Baltimore bombs kind of caught up. And spoiler alert: if you haven't seen it, it's your own fault. You watch it for free. So tough right now. And then Lamont reveals himself after, the Baltimore bomb's about to die and he's saved. And then Lamont reveals himself to be the person, even though we should have expected that.
Yeah.
Scene previous, we weren't so sure anymore. He, can't save you forever. And so we're thinking, you know what?
Yeah.
Maybe he can't save him forever. Yeah. And then he did, and the crowd went wild, and it was like, okay, you know what I mean? That's the kind of stuff that even that made it worth everything. Everything. The fact that people enjoyed what we did for real. That was everything. That was amazing.
I was hearing a couple people made it feel like it was more like it was like a new era style, not necessarily The Wire, but that's what they mentioned because of how we incorporated a lot of the city and things that are happening in the city. It gave you that feel more. You don't feel like we're in Dundalk. It didn't feel like that. That's not the vibe that it put off. It put off a city style vibe. Obviously you have the vigilante running around doing this thing, but it was accepted. It was almost like, and shouts out to, of course, you, JL. You gave the feeling that anybody in that room, in that hall, on that day of the premiere, could get up and do what you were doing in the Baltimore bomb and be successful at it. You made people feel like any average person could, do what you were doing.
That's all we are. I mean, look, that's all we are. I mean, Bobby is a retired police officer. Mm-hmm. He's a freaking auctioneer. He has a real retired job.
I gave that up, brother.
Gave it up. Well, when you did retire, but
now
but you're living the dream.
Now I'm an action figure.
Now you're not right. Exactly. Anybody can do it. I mean, to me, I was just having fun, and then it got serious.
It wasn't far fetched. I don't think we tried to over push the threshold or the envelope. You know what I mean? And I mean, we could easily say, well, we probably didn't have the budget for it either. But with that being said, too, I think we were shooting for that natural vibe. It was in the writing anyway. It was written.
I agree, and I felt like that. I think one of the best things that we did, to a degree, was allow people to act their feelings. Mm-hmm. Do you know what I mean? You look at certain scenes, you're like, damn, that's a good scene. And then I'm like, wait a minute, they made that scene up. You know what I mean? Yeah. To me, just thinking about that Glory Days skit we did, you and SD, you had your own plan, which was amazing.
Yeah,
and sometimes those kind of things are the things that make a movie or make a scene. But also, I think that in some scenes, and I'm talking about involving me where I should have been reined in a little bit, not on how I was acting, but I was too much myself.
Mhm. Okay.
Well,
You,
the
you
thing,
know what I mean?
I don't think a lot of you showed through in the movie though.
Right, right.
I really
But
don't.
I'm going to accept that for every bit of what that man just said, because this is what I appreciate
I
about that.
appreciate that, by the way, Bob.
That's acceptance in wanting to even be better. I agree with Bobby though, Johnny. You took it to a different realm. You weren't that funny guy, punchline, always got a joke to follow in the Baltimore Bomb. You weren't. You were serious. You made it seem again like anybody could get up, be practically a middle aged man, past middle age, getting older by the
Ah,
second times.
I'm
But
I'm definitely past middle age.
but my point is to get up and actually stand a chance out there fighting crime. A lot of people have that that kind of hidden endeavor. They had it. It's police officers, firefighters, anybody that's a first responder to go out there, save lives, and that's how your character was portrayed. But it wasn't portrayed by a dude running around with a super six pack and like
Right.
superhuman strength. Okay, it was portrayed by an average guy that pulled it off. So I mean, I'm telling you, I agree with Bobby. You
I
Yeah.
appreciate that.
you took it to a
I
different
mean,
realm.
I appreciate that, but I do, and but I still, to me, when I watch certain things, I just wish I would have just did it a little bit different. But uh, I enjoyed doing it. I enjoyed uh, being able to see our creation become real and happening, and which I thought at the beginning of this thing, and I'm sure my wife's, by the way, my wife's sitting right here, and I love her dearly to death, and she is one of the biggest reasons that it has happened. Not only because she allowed me to do it, I love you, baby, but also, financially, if we needed anything, she gladly, I don't know about gladly, but she did help in any way that she could, which is amazing to have that kind of support system. Uh, that it is. It's fantastic. It's fantastic for all of us. But that also being said, I just wanted us to, after this started happening, I just wanted us all to put out a great production. That's it, and we did.
And we did. And as you can see, Miko's his comment is it's always better to bring yourself in with the character you play as. It brings more life to that role. And as much as you say now, that could be left for debate. But I'm going to agree with Miko on this because that character, the Baltimore Bomb, the vigilante, Baltimore Bomb, was sculpted around you, Johnny. So it's not like it wasn't like we were trying to, or you guys were trying to fit you into something that you couldn't be, or there was no way for you to pull it off because it wouldn't have fit right. No, you had to be the personality of that character. So, for example, the relationship you had with Jimmy. So there was times where you're at Robbie's, or you're just being yourself. You're having a conversation. But to me, I could see that it wasn't 100% the Johnny Lang I know. You were having like it was different. Those conversations with you.
Nobody's wiener got reached for or anything like that.
Right. Exactly. But you get what I'm saying. It was a little bit more like that. If you were not as much into the reaching for the wieners, by the way, that he does often, as you really are.
Whoa.
You stepped up to a different person. It was almost like if somebody were to try to play you. You were playing. You understand what I'm saying, Bobby? It's like, okay,
Yeah.
we need you to play Johnny. What you think a Johnny Lang, how Johnny Lang would act. That's how you played it, but you had to because you could not do the usual stuff that you knew that it comes natural to you.
I
Miko
think
Miko knows. Miko
Yeah.
knows. That's why he's saying that. He could tell that that's you, but not really you. You know what I mean? So that's
Right,
all you
right, right.
needed. You didn't need to stretch it out too much further because it wouldn't have felt right. It wouldn't have felt right. You had to play the father to James. And that relationship had to be what it was. James did a really good job, in my opinion, in kind
Amazing.
of acting like there was times he gave a crap about you, and then there was times he just really didn't, and would just could do better without you. It seemed like.
Yeah. At the end, when it was all said and done, and we were all, socializing, and several people came up. Hey,
Hey,
and
Linnea. Hi, Linnea. That's my twin
people,
there. That's my twin sister.
I
That's
can't wait for the Christmas movie. Uh,
yeah.
People were like, "Hey, you made us cry."
See,
Yeah, he did. He did.
Linnea
He
agrees. That's
killed
what
it.
I'm telling you. Yeah, he did.
He
He did.
killed it.
He might not think he did, but he did. So
I don't even think that he, when we have these conversations, he doesn't even consider himself an actor.
he
He's
does.
in his mind, he's the guy behind the scenes guy. He wants to write the script, or he wants to place the lighting, or direct a scene or an actor. That's what he likes to do. He loves the behind the scenes, but he is a really good actor, and hopefully he has no choice in the Baltimore Bomb series, which is another super exciting what's happening with that. But I'd like to get him in some other stuff, but that's not up to me. That's up to him. And as long as he keeps writing stories and inviting me to be in the movies, then you know what? What do I have to complain about?
Yeah, well, you're right. I spoke to him, and you was sitting right there. You might not have heard the conversation, but he doesn't consider himself an actor. He just feels as though he was filling a position that day for the Baltimore Bomb. But if you see his expressions as directors and talent scouters like Linnea and I are, and I don't really want to put you in that category, Johnny, because you're honest just about who you are and what you're there for. But James had facial expressions. He had a lot of mannerisms, body language that showed that he is an actor. If he really were to take it serious, when that lady came out the alley and just kind of grabbed him like that,
Yeah, that was a good.
the look on his face, he was. I mean, it was so natural. It's memorable. So he can say whatever he wants. All right. I and myself and people like Linnea, who's on here right now, we know what we saw, and the guy, the kid definitely has talent.
Yeah, I like to see him when he was up against the wall. And he's like, I thought I got all the dirty cop.
That was a
Yeah.
great scene.
Yeah,
that was
too.
it.
But we can go
Very
on and
good,
on. So in that top three, James is up there. That's why I'm saying you might want to. Where's GJ? I know he's off now. Probably he wants to pick Joe Puller, who would be in the top five. But I got my favorites too. So
Yeah, absolutely.
Who's that, Lamont?
see, there you go. I thought you was trying one of your little, slide little jokes.
I can't say one damn thing, and you take offense.
I know how you are.
Now, to me, and we were just lucky, and I don't know how all these people that never acted before, had these Oscar worthy in our world performances.
Hey, we should do a trophy ceremony.
Yeah.
We could.
Johnny,
We could.
let me say this, because my opinion, and my opinion is worth not a lot, but when I got there and saw how vested you were and how vested James was, and Tim was always masterminding some effect, it becomes incumbent upon us to succeed. We didn't want to let you down, and that's where it goes back to where you really weren't Johnny Lang. You were the Baltimore Bomb, and we saw the effort you put into being that character. It's like, now if he can stop being a goof off for one day, I'm gonna do my job too. You know what I mean? Because you were in the role. You might have felt comfortable in the role, but you were still in the role. You weren't your normal self. And I think everybody felt that, like, man, I got to bring something extra today because JL's doing this. If he can do it, I'm going to try and at least make sure that I don't fail. That's just the way I felt about it. I mean, it's like,
I appreciate that, man. That really does mean a lot, and that feeling that everyone had together that's what made everybody leaned on each other or lifted each other up. Not lean, but lifted each other up no matter what the scene. And that I can't get that picture out of my head at the end of our yes. Hi, Tim. And that's when everybody was together. The cast and crew that, 10 months before that, most of them didn't even know each other.
10 minutes. 10 minutes before the premiere, we didn't know each other.
Right. You're right. Exactly. But that at the end and the movie was over and that group got up there and it was undeniably family. And that's what that means. That means so much. I mean, that means we're going to continue to succeed. We're going to, as long as we, keep caring about each other and lifting each other up and just keep rolling. Can't hear you, Derek. Can you hear Derek, Bobby?
No.
I can't hear Bobby either.
Yeah, can you hear me?
Oh, I can hear Bobby.
Okay. You can't hear me when I'm shaking my head, though,
No, I can't hear Bobby. Hey, Bob, well, Derek, we can't hear you. So while you're sitting there figuring that out, here's a question for you, Bob. When you started in this thing, you played a lot of cop roles. When you got into the ID channel roles and you played a detective, and even in a couple movies you played a detective, a couple short stories. But now you've expanded that, and you're. So do you think that doing those roles helped you move past that?
I don't really think.
Let's face it, you're a cop.
Yeah, I don't think the character itself really mattered. It was the idea of learning how things work on a set. As far as being a cop, I could be a cop. But I've done so many jobs in my life. I could be just about anything. I've been a milkman. I've been all kinds of crazy stuff. And I worked undercover for 10 years. So I was everything you can imagine. But you need to learn protocols on the set. And just from the day one with you and Derek and I got together and we did our goofy little thing down there, I started just sit back and look and see what everybody's job was. And I think it's real important. If you don't know what you're doing, don't get in the way. I mean, that's probably the best advice I can give you. I've gone on a few of these sets. Like I talk now through social media to people that I was on a set with 6 months ago that I did not have a conversation with because I was busy watching what everybody did. And I've come back and I've developed a couple really good friendships of people that we never even spoke face to face yet. But we were in a scene, we were on a set, and I started out in the background. I consider myself still to be that background type guy, even though the roles are getting a little bit better. But this business has a lot of moving parts. And if you don't know your role, you're not going to get called back for a second take. You know what I mean?
Right.
That producer, that director, the casting person, if you just go out there and you just bumble through things, but you stay in your lane, they'll give you another shot. But there's a lot of moving parts out here, and it's like just auditioning. Learn how to audition. I gleaned a lot on how to audition just by what you guys gave to me, from being in the bomb, from the Glory Days practice, character development, from a couple of things we've done, and from these type of things where we get together and just kind of like shoot the breeze and say, hey, this is how it goes. I'm telling you, in 8-10 months, I've learned a lot of how the business works just by keeping my mouth shut and watching everybody do their job.
Right. Yeah, right.
I don't know if that was your question, but
Well, you answered it and then some.
Yeah. The
But
roles, the roles to me are real relevant. I mean, if you ask me to be a doctor, I'll do the best doctor I can be based upon what you direct me to. I mean, you're telling me what you want. I'm just
right,
giving you the best version of myself in that role I can give you. And I think the best advice I've been given so far by Andre down at Real Brothers, when I talked to him a little bit about something I wasn't comfortable with one day, and he told me, he says, just be yourself. They don't want to see the role; they want to see you in the role. You know, be yourself and let the role come from within you, and that's worked for me. I mean, there's only one me, there's only one you. Nobody's going to play you the way you do.
that's true. And,
Right.
and I don't know if anybody would want to. Derek, are you back?
Can you guys hear me?
Yeah,
Can you hear
Derek, we
me?
got
Yes.
you, brother.
Okay.
Yeah, you're back.
All right, cool. Yeah,
Okay.
little technical difficulties, but meanwhile, there have been more comments coming in. Sun Dre's on right now, the General, Sun Tzu. Miko, well, let's read Miko's comment before we move on. You both made the movie what it is. The bond, the feeling you can feel while watching you two, and all the scenes were great.
What two is he talking about?
Oh, you and Jimmy.
Oh.
I would
Yeah,
think
I'm-
that's.
Well,
Let's see, that was what 9:35 is 9:40. I don't know. Are you still on, Miko? Which two characters are you talking about? Was I one of them? I thought I did a pretty good job, man.
Well, you did a good job, but you
Pretty
didn't
good.
really interact with anybody,
I know. I'm
just
messing.
up
there.
Hey, I'm in part 2 a lot, so you guys you'll probably be talking about, man, they gave me way too many lines and way too many scenes next time around.
Yeah, well, we want to get you into a dialogue and out of the monologue.
Yeah.
Well, the good thing is, and I want to say this, these, what's up, kid? For this first movie is going to be refilmed, and I didn't know if Bobby knew that or not, but with a better camera and a longer format. So I think what we're going to do is try to film these 6 episodes as close together as we can to get this out, but better. And as I say that, I don't mean that. In effect, I think the Baltimore Bomb is amazing, and when I say love, I love it, and I'm so proud of it. But it's hard for us to get it out there, in the format that it's on right now. We film with a DSLR camera, which is a photography camera. So we need to, and Derek can tell you, we need to get this in 4K or better. So what we're going to do is we're going to film it with some better locations, extensions of some scenes, and even a couple of new scenes for that. And then the other movies, episodes, we're going to follow, because obviously we can't wait, film 1 episode a year. We want to get this all out as fast, but good. I say as fast as we can, but you know what I mean. I like the way that we all work together, and everybody has the same course that they're going on. That is to make it the best it can be, and that's all I care about. I want it to. I don't want to make crap. If we're doing it, if we're doing it at this level, I want to do it so it's good. If somebody gives us $1 million to spend on this, I want. Obviously, they're not going to do that, but I want. That's how good I want to make it.
Yeah.
Gotta wait and check and see what
At least make
Powerball
it look
numbers
like
are.
$1 million. Yeah, I know.
Yeah.
Let's see what the numbers look like next time around. I think it's up to $500 million. Did anybody hit that $500 million?
600 million.
Golly, that's crazy. Anyway, Sundre, hey, thank you. Yes, Speak Your Mind is back. We are back. Johnny and I, we did the show for a while together over at TV Free. Things change. Here we are. We don't quit. We do the show sometimes over at Fantastic J Studio. So him and I went back and forth to, today about where you want to do the show, where you want to do the show. It wouldn't matter. We love to do it. We're going to do it. We're going to set up some more shows coming up. We really wanted more of the cast to come on tonight, but it's not always easy for everybody to make these shows, even when they're done online like this. So we'll just keep
part of the
stabbing
filming
away.
process too, getting people together. Sometimes it's hard.
Yeah. Oh, Miko said he was talking about you and Jimmy too.
Thank you, Miko. Thank you, man.
Yeah.
I was proud. I was proud of all the scenes that we did together, and I thought that they were heartfelt. When
Linnea says the best new actor award goes to James. So
yeah, man, he was amazing. He killed it. And obviously we're father and son. We have a nice chemistry together in real life every day. So it's nice that translates to on screen. So, and I appreciate that. And he does, you know what, if he keeps on, he's gonna, he can do whatever he wants to do. So that's also exciting because I'm getting old and he's, so, he can do whatever he wants to act. He wants to write stories. I know.
I know what it is, brother. You don't know what it was.
Well, yeah, right. I got those screws. I got those screws floating around.
And look, I know how Miss Patty gets after a certain amount of time. I don't know how Miss is it Colleen or Miss is it Connie?
Carolyn.
Carolyn. I was all over the place. Colleen.
I'm home alone, brother.
Oh yeah. Well, I don't want to keep
carnival night.
Listen, y'all not gonna pull me up later off the show and be like, "Look, man, you better start cutting your shows down, man. You getting me in trouble." I already know what'll happen to Johnny.
If you say you're going to leave now, we'll be out here by 10:30.
Yeah, I know, but you see this happens every time, right?
Is Brody on yet? Brody, you get on like 10 o'clock.
I know, that's what I'm saying. But I do want to shift, no pun intended or pun intended. I do want to shift a little bit to talking a little bit more about our project Night Shift, which Bobby, you're in it as well. And
yeah, I'm excited, man.
I was supposed to load up all the posters. Jay makes all these excellent creations for us, and guess what? I don't have I think I do have one. But I wanted to bring the poster of yourself as the priest. Are you ready for this role? I mean,
I don't know, bro. It's a big step forward for me because I don't like all that scary stuff. So,
yeah. See, I never asked you that. Come on, big tough Bobby is scared of a little horror flick?
I'm not afraid of demons. I just don't like dolls. Okay, so as long as there's no dolls in the movie.
No, we got one.
Oh no, you messing?
Yes, we do.
He's messing with you.
No, I'm not. Jim, we got one, and the eyes open and close.
Oh my god. It's a mystery box there, Bobby. It's not a doll. Johnny's gonna bring a doll on set. That's what he's gonna do.
Look, I'm not kidding you. Dahlia will have a doll rather, and I have it. We got it from Jimmy's shop. I'm not even kidding you.
Johnny, you'll appreciate this because you know my mom. When I was 5 years old, we lived on one street. My grandparents lived on the next street over, and there was an adjoining alley. I used to climb out the upstairs window, go down the wall, and go over to my grandparents' house. 5 years old. 5 years old.
Wow.
So how my mom stopped me from doing that was she got one of those 4 foot tall Mattel dolls and put it in a trench coat and a hat with a butcher knife and put it at the window. So
oh my God.
She engraved that in your head, and that's what you'll always remember.
I'm still in therapy.
Hey, I don't blame you, my friend. I mean, hey, listen, scary movies, a good scary movie, as tough as I claim to be, and as much as I say I like scary movies, a good scary movie after it's over will still have me like looking around the house a little bit, like after you know what I'm saying. Be honest though, you be like, you hear something. Like, what was
I
that?
have a feeling this one's going to be that way. Yeah. Did you show the picture of Bobby yet?
No, I can actually. Hold on. You know what? I'm gonna bring it up. I'm gonna import it into the show while we're live. In the meantime, let's go ahead and show the trailer real quick. I don't know if you all seen the trailer out there. We've played it a million times, And like Johnny says, I'll say the same thing. We'll play it a million more times. We don't care. We don't care. Yeah, but especially while it's still in the process of being made, we want people to be excited about it, and so on and so forth. So, without any other further ado, check
sponsors.
it out. We need some sponsors ASAP. We need sponsors ASAP.
Another day, another dollar, huh, Carl?
Oh, man, you said it, brother. It's crazy.
All the years we've been here together, you figure it'll be a lot nuttier at night.
Well, crazy's all locked up tight. That's one thing.
Back to the grind, brother. Jesus Christ, Carl! What's going on here?
Yes, indeed. That thing is intense, right?
Look at
Johnny. You all right over there, Johnny?
I can't wait to see. I can't wait, man. I can't wait to see what happens.
Yeah, it's fun. I mean, it scares you every time. Like, you ever watch something that? One thing I've noticed about some of our productions, like what we're creating timeless stuff. Stuff that you can watch the same movies over. You can watch Caddyshack over and over. You can watch the first, Star Wars over and over. Some movies are timeless. They don't get old. Then you have the ones that, they're not so good. It was a good pow at first. You don't really have an interest in seeing it again. But, you happen to stumble on it, so be it. I feel as though projects like the Baltimore Bomb, even other short projects that we're still putting together, like the Johnny Wang, things of that nature. I just think they're going to be, movies or short films or short series that you can always enjoy and always want to watch. And that's very important if you want to be in this industry, because you don't want that program that people are like, I was all right. And then, you can't have a 2-hour long conversation about a project that was mediocre. I mean, just saying,
Right. I agree. I mean, that goes back to what I was saying. I just want it to be good, as original as you say as possible. We got lucky and stumbled on our own story, our own original story, with the Baltimore Bomb, my son and I, and it. Once we got that story together, I mean, is the vigilante part of the story original? No, not really, but a lot of other aspects of it are the father and son aspect of it, and I guess kind of bringing him into the family business.
Mm-hmm.
But Johnny, that relationship can transfer to all kinds of venues. I mean, you could have it as a Western, you could have it as a sci-fi.
Mhm.
I mean, it's the core story can transfer into something completely different as you guys expand it.
Yeah.
You could be cowboys, you could be cops, you could be all kinds of things because you have the core story there.
Yeah, and that's the whole point about it.
That's
Is
true.
you can take it in any kind of direction. But I do want to give shouts out. First of all, thanks everybody out there. We haven't forgotten about you. We know you guys enjoy watching the show. We see the comments. I check the views later. It's always shocking how many people pay attention to some of Johnny and I's antics. We like to do a lot for the community. We will practically showcase anything that means something and has some kind of power and substance to it. That's just what he and I do. Bobby knows we take a lot of pride and pleasure in that, and doing things like that. Shouts out to everybody in the chat room. Thanks for hanging out with us late on a Wednesday night. It's almost 10 o'clock. Kevin Mullen says break legs. Good stuff. Thanks. Hope you continue to follow along with what we're doing with the night shift and all the other projects. Baltimore Bomb. We're only talking about a few. We don't really even have enough time. If Johnny and I were to start going over Jobbers and some of the other concepts and ideas, Shuffle Kings, you've probably seen that post put out there not too long ago. Some people were wondering what that was. They thought you was starting a shuffle bowl tournament.
They were traveling leagues, man. So
things like that. And Miko says he's going to bring a teddy bear for the movie release. Of course, talking about Night Shift.
Sorry, we already have the doll, Miko. Don't worry.
Oh, what I do want to say, Johnny and Derek.
No, you're good. Go for it, bro.
Start putting together a list of stuff that I can keep an eye out for at these auctions as props for this.
Mm-hmm.
Because there's a lot of dated stuff that might be useful. We can pick up cheap for different scenes you guys got in mind.
Hey, and for the record, just a little trivia. Well, not necessarily trivia question or something that I think you need to know, because you hear Bobby talking about going to auctions. He's one of those shop at Goodwill all the time, get stuff nice and cheap that looks brand new and probably quality stuff. The trench coat that you see me wearing as the mayor in Baltimore Bomb, Bobby picked up at one of those Goodwill stores. That's a little piece of information for you guys. I changed the coat that I had. Remember, Bobby? I changed the coat that I had to the one that you bought.
When you go back and watch this story over again, there's a piece in the beginning where I talked about this guy that was out pretending to be a mayor. That was you.
Yeah, that was me.
Some poor indigent fellow that needed a coat.
Yeah, you looked out for me. That was good. Oh, I missed that. I heard you say it. You slid that in. See, I didn't. It went over my head. Shoot.
You catch it later.
I did import those images that Jay Roberts made for us, so I'm going to try to bring them in.
See them real quick.
Yeah, I'm gonna see if I can get them. They're not video clips. They are. Here we go. Overlays. Let's bring them in. Stand by here. And they should be at the top. Where are they?
I don't see anything.
No, I mean, not yet. I don't have them in yet. I'm actually looking for them as we speak. There they go. That's one. That's two. All right, so here we go. Stand by, gentlemen. I'll bring in the first one. So that's 1570 and 1580. Let me bring in this one. 1570 and 1580. All right, there we go. 1570, 1580. All right, so, ladies and gentlemen, I hope you're ready. Here is the infamous. He does have a name. I forget his character's name. I don't know if it's on the flyer or not.
Father Halloran.
Yeah, Halloran. That's right.
Halloran.
There you go. Hold on one second,
man. That is bad. That is bad.
Yeah, he's bad looking. He's bad looking. There he is. You guys can see that.
Jay does some good work, man. That is bad.
Oh yeah. And we're not gonna tell all the official what's happening in this poster. Jay's just really good. Let's just say, for lack of a better, for lack of putting too much information out there, Jay is really, really good at Photoshop. I'll say it like that.
Yeah. No one knows that more. No one knows that more than I do.
Yeah, I mean that's my body, but that's not even my head.
All right, there. You told. I was trying not to tell everybody, but there you go. There we are, all three of us together. There. I got a nice axe. Johnny Lang swinging around somebody's arm. So there you have it. And yeah, it's going to be gory. It's supposed to be lots of blood. Lots of hacking and slashing.
Can't wait.
So that's going to be fun. So yeah, anyway, moving on. So again, it's late, gentlemen. It just struck 10. I don't want to keep you all any later. I'd love for you to get back to your families. And I'll do the same. I really, really appreciate having everybody on the show. Bobby, it's always a pleasure. Bobby has been...
Love you, Bob.
I brought Bobby to, we've done online auditions, you name it, table reads. Bobby he's knee deep in this industry, y'all, and I don't know if you want to, put some of your information out there so people who might want to hire you or cast you or what have you might want to reach out to you. You want to throw some tags out there real quick?
Well, Facebook, Bob Heisler Jr., like you see on the screen there. Instagram is bh.carbos. And my email, if you want to email me, is spycop, SPYCOP, @gmail.com. You can reach me any of those three ways. It'd be easy.
Nice. And I'm not all that good at typing so fast. I mean, I wish I could put it on the screen. All you got to do is just go back, rewind the show, and listen to what Mr. Bob had to say.
A lot of people knew me by Bobby Carbos, but I was Bobby Carbos for years. So
yeah, you hurt my feelings with that.
My IG is
I like Carbos.
Carbos. Well, it's hard to get paid by a fake name. I learned that in my first gig.
You change it. You send the messages like, wait a minute.
Rule number one is you got to get paid.
Yeah. Can you change Carbos to Heisler Jr., please?
Yeah. So it's all a matter of it's all a matter of economics, Derek. You got to get paid, brother. Rule number one.
I know, and especially for your hard work, you traveling. Gas prices are through the ceiling. Yeah, you want to make sure you're being compensated for your time. So I definitely still appreciate your time once again. You're going to be back, of course, in the near future.
My pleasure to be on with you guys. I enjoy it. I miss typing all my comments in, but that's good.
Yeah, I know. Usually you're right. You're sitting in the chat room like everybody else.
And we still got some comments.
Miko could have came on. He was sitting there. All he had to do was drop.
I don't know why Miko didn't get in here. I'm trying to get Miko into voiceover work. He's got a voice that
he does, man.
It's unbelievable. He's sitting on a gold mine.
Try to get him on.
He's got to get into voiceover work. It's unbelievable.
Yeah, you too. You could do some pretty good voiceover work too.
Yeah, but I just picked up some equipment. I got a $3 microphone at the thrift store.
I think Johnny Lang will be good at doing voiceovers. The only thing we got to get him to do the voiceover for Johnny Lang. And then he'd be the best. I don't know if he could do anybody else's voice, but if we get him to do Johnny, he'd be fabulous. I can't even do it. Can you do it, Johnny? Can you impersonate Johnny Lang? Think about it. It's not that easy. I tell you who could. Little Johnny Lang.
Now, baby.
Most people only know him from TikTok. Don't even know what he sounds like.
That's true. Yeah, you never hear my voice hardly ever.
Get James. Get you know, if you had a, you know, like cast for like a younger Johnny Lang, just get James. We might have to. Hey, what color was your? No, you was a brunette, right? You James
I've always
is a
had
ginger.
brown hair.
We'd have to dye his hair though.
Yeah, I wasn't gonna say nothing, Derek, because I'm the only ginger in the family. I don't know what happened. I don't
No,
think
Jimmy's a ginger. What are you talking
Yeah.
about?
I mean, besides Jimmy,
Yeah,
but that was
yeah.
kind of my point.
He's the new ginger.
Yeah, he's the much better version than the
Yeah, new and improved.
than the tree that he fell from.
That's
New and
good. I
improved,
hope
brother.
so. He better be.
That's the
Nah,
goal
it's
of
all
every
good.
generation, to make them better than we were. That's our goal.
Hey, I did want to say this before I shut this out because this is very important. Back to Timothy Ledard, you know, big shouts out to Timberwolf Creations as well. He says that Jim and he have some cool tricks up their sleeves and frightening ideas that will sicken. So, and of course, he's talking about Night Shift. This guy's got a brilliant mind. Johnny knows.
Yeah,
Come up with some-
Tim is something else.
Yeah, he can come up with some really, really interesting stuff, and it's going to add to all the effects. That a lot of that feel that you got from the Baltimore bomb, the way the camera motions were moving, some of the intense scenes. You know, the what is it called? The
Tim with the lighting and the camera angles, and getting the absolute 100% best that we could get with what we had, and he is good at it.
Yeah, he is. He's really
He is
good.
really good at it. And
Without a doubt.
he and Jimmy together as a directing team, I'd stop.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, there's without a shadow of a doubt. I can't wait to get back on set with Tim and James and the whole team again on our next project. So on our and just to continue what we've been working on. Miko says, of course, you know, badasses. Hey Miko, next time show yourself.
Yeah, man.
You know what I mean?
Send your email.
We want, just shoot an email. I'll throw you the link. You would be on the show as well. Of course, Bella, hi. She says,
Hi, Bella.
You guys are amazing. No, Bella, you are amazing. You know, so thank you so much for that. Greatly appreciated. Miko's he ain't giving up. Like I said, Miko, next time I tell you what, if you try to get on the show or try to remain in the chat room, I will refuse all your chats until you get on the feed so we can see and talk to you. People want to know who you are, bro. They want to see you more.
And he'll be talking in this dark. Hey, I'm Miko.
Yeah. Is that how? See, look, I don't even really like have a chance to hear you talk that much, Miko. We've only met a handful of times, you know.
He's got a velvet voice, brother.
Matter of fact, like twice, literally, like maybe twice, Miko.
He said next when he's in.
All right, cool. Appreciate you for that. So anyway, I'm not going to keep you guys no longer. If not, the show will extend on, and you know how it goes. I'm gonna let y'all go. Bobby, love you. Tell the lady thank you for your time.
Absolutely.
I really appreciate that. JL, I'll probably
love
see you tomorrow. All right.
Yeah,
good night. See you guys. See you, Johnny. See you, Bobby.
Love you guys.
Take
I'll
care.
see you. Thank you, everyone.
Love you. You crazy. So there you have it. Another Speak Your Mind show. Sorry for keeping everybody up so late. Oh my goodness, I had the longest day ever at work. So I'm actually ready to shut it down as well. We didn't do our general shouts out to all the people that we could thank. So I just want to do just a big group shout out to everybody who I work with. K.E. Mitchell, Jordan Productions, of course, Linnea Jordan, Jason Jordan. The list goes on. Umar Boxing Gym, that's Marvin McDowell. Shouts out to them, the Hawkins family, Glenn Hawkins, Riley Hawkins, that whole family over there, and everything that everybody's doing. Again, my man Kemp, Tammy, Selena, Angel, Storm, everybody. Wizzy, I see you out there, bro, working hard. Everybody out there that is doing something and trying to keep pressing forward in everything that we're trying to get done. It's a lot of work. It's a lot of stuff that still needs to happen. And all you have to do is just keep pressing forward. Keep pressing forward. Don't give up. Lean on each other. Pick each other up, because I know I could use a lot of picking up for some of the things that I personally have been going through. So don't give up on us. Don't give up on yourselves. All right. We can do this together. Yeah, I think that's going to do it for this evening. Love everybody out there. Be strong, stay safe, enjoy the rest of the week. And hopefully sometime next Wednesday, we'll be back on for another Speak Your Mind show. Until then, good night.